LoreWarrior Aerotech, the Intruder class dropship. The Intruder class is a combat assault ship designed to support raiding operations or to attack heavily defended ground targets. The ship often takes the place of the lighter armed and armoured Union class dropship, especially when no battle mech support is needed. The Intruder's well-armoured 3,000-ton hull contains a large assortment of weaponry, and its cargo section has a 675-ton capacity, with enough area to carry up to 10 heavy vehicles. To provide aerospace support, there's a fighter bay on either side of the hull, each equipped with servicing support equipment and a single small craft cubicle. The Intruder often carries a pair of land-air mechs to provide a light mech force, which does give it great flexibility in its operations. The ship carries a marine support unit for ground combat, boarding operations and scouting purposes, and the unit normally consists of 3 infantry platoons, though special circumstances often require the use of an army unit, motorized infantry, a scout unit, or specifically or specially organized irregular units. Quarters are provided for up to 90 troops, and the ship is equipped with 3 large bays that the marine units use for training purposes. These bays contain target practice simulators, visual training aids, and plenty of floor space for physical activities. The training bays often serve as recreation rooms when not needed for other purposes. The Intruder's well-equipped medical facility can handle most emergency cases that occur during combat, and it consists of an emergency treatment room, which can handle 2 cases simultaneously, an intensive care ward with room for up to 6 patients, and a tiny dispensary for treating minor injuries and illnesses. To support the Marine unit during combat operations, the ship carries a well-equipped command center, and from this room, deep inside the armoured walls of the ship, the Marine commander can control all activities of the 3 platoons and any other units operating with the Intruder's troops. The command center contains extensive communications gear, combat computers, map boards, and tactical intelligence displays. One of the Intruder's interesting features is the design of its thick, sturdy landing gear that extends like pistons directly from the underside of the hull. These legs are locked into the down position as the ship approaches the ground, and once it's touched down and the shock of landing has been absorbed, the landing gear retracts once more. This procedure protects the ship's relatively weak underside by preventing enemy troops or vehicles from getting under the ship. Prior to liftoff, the legs are extended again, raising the 3,000-ton hull off the ground, and the legs lock into place and allow the super-hot plasma from the engine core to vent itself away from the skin of the ship. The time it takes to extend the legs and lift the ship is around 30 seconds. The Intruder then is most often used in raids and intelligence gathering missions to worlds known to be occupied by hostile forces. The ship is ideal for missions because it can fight in space or on the ground without support from other dropships once it's landed. It can also deploy its reconnaissance forces or raiding troops, which can then be coordinated from the Intruder's command center. Its heavy armament keeps it well protected from enemy aerospace fighters and ground forces as well. The ship is regularly assigned to planetary assault missions, and often is used to establish a foothold for troops to follow. The Intruder just as often directly attacks large concentrations of enemy troops itself. Among the very few variants of the Intruder, the one used by House Liao is best known. This ship is designed to pack a greater punch at close range through the modification of certain weapon mounts. The rear side-mounted AC-5s and half of the similarly mounted medium lasers and 2 ton of ammo are removed, and 2 rear side-mounted autocannon 10s and 4 tons of ammunition are added. Also, to store all of the ammo, the ship gives up 6 tons of fuel. So, a standard Intruder class is a spheroid type. It's 3,000 tons, it's 61.5 meters high and 69 meters wide. It has a crew of 30, with 725 tons of cargo space and 90 troops. Its armament is 7 PPCs, 2 AC-10s, 3 AC-5s, 4 LRM-20s, 4 SRM-6, 4 large lasers, 16 medium lasers, with 3 tons of AC-5 ammo, 4 tons of AC-10 ammo, 11 tons of LRM ammo, and 7 tons of SRM-6 ammo. Its drive system is the Movem XL drive. First introduced in 2655, and it's considered to be a rare sighting by 3025 standards. It has a thrust of 4 and an overthrust of 6, and overall it has 290 armor on the nose, 270 on the right side and left side, 290 on the fuselage, and 160 armor on the engine. The nose has the PPC, LRM-20, AC-5, and 2 medium lasers. The sides each have a PPC, an LRM-20, 1 large and 2 medium lasers. The rear sides have 2 PPCs, AC-10, AC-5, SRM-6, and 4 medium lasers. And the aft finally has an LRM-20, 2 large and 2 medium lasers. Yeah, the Intruder is one of those dropships that I don't think is very often mentioned. It's hardly used in any of the games, as far as I'm aware. I don't think they get used at all, really. And they're probably such a common sight at one point or another, given the sort of frequency of use in ground operations and command and control. It's nice, the idea that this thing would have had lambs that would have deployed from it as well. Obviously, seeing those transforming fighter jets turning into battle mechs was kind of cool. But yeah, it's not the flashiest looking dropship in the world, and it is obviously very similar to its cousin in the form of the Union, but it plays a very important role. And yeah, as an assault dropship, this is the kind of thing that probably would have been at the head of things like the invasion of Lao space in the Fourth Succession War, for instance. These would have been the probably one of the more common ships used by Davion in those early invasions, because yeah, you would have been able to get quite a few of your troops on the ground, set up safe landing zones for the things like the Unions and Overlords to come in and start dropping the mechs to get the invasion fully underway. But yeah, these are pathfinders. They pave the way. They hit the targets that are necessary, and then they'll lift off and move their troops elsewhere where needed. So yeah, it's an important part of the overall sort of BattleTech military system. And yeah, the Intruder just, I don't think, gets the sort of the look in that it probably should, unfortunately. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's nice when these kind of things. I like being able to highlight these ones. Like let people know about some of the far lesser known dropships, and there are a decent number of them, because a vast majority of BattleTech is just, there's Union, there's an Overlord, those are the only dropships. Oh, I guess a Leopard nowadays. Like, more of the games recently have been using the Leopard class. But yeah, those three you would think are the only dropships that exist in BattleTech, but there's such a large number of them that just, yeah, very rarely get a look at. And one of the few times, of course, when we did see him, again, MechWarrior 5, Clans has one of them as a boss fight for some reason. Whatever. Anyway, thanks for listening, as always, and catch you next time. Bye-bye.